There's one more thing that I want to add that I think is essential to understand, to go a little bit deeper into the subject, why the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva died. And that is, each time within the Jewish people when there's a lack of unity, there's death. If there's no unity, it's death. And that has to be very clear. Rabbi Akiva, who we know was a reincarnation of Yaakov. Yaakov, Akiva is the same letters, according to Kabbalah. And the whole struggle of Yaakov is to create a harmony with the 12 tribes, which is interesting. I think the fact that in the Gemara says, doesn't say 24,000 students, it says 12,000 zugim. So that means 12,000 pairs, 12,000. We know there's no coincidence in the number. So 12 correspond to the 12 tribes. And we mentioned earlier that the reincarnation of the 24,000 students were a reincarnation of the 24 people who died during Shechem. What happened with Shechem? The Shimon and Levi took action on something that he didn't discuss with the other brothers. They decided to go on their own, and Yaakov was very upset. Right? Yaakov felt there was a lack of it was a chilul Hashem. It was a lack of control, and perhaps a lack of kavod to not have listened to Yaakov, which was all about unity. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, right? That's what the brothers said to Yaakov. It's all about unity, Echad. And whenever there's no unity within the Jewish people, death comes in. If there's no unity, it's dead. That's what we're created for, and therefore it was essential that we see that. Same thing with Korach, who disrespect the opinion of Moshe Rabbeinu. Korach was one of the first machloket, and he disagreed with Moshe Rabbeinu. He died. He died also with all his followers. So we see this idea, and I want to quote the Yam Shem Shlomo also. He says that regarding machlokes, that the Kabbalistic teachings that also were present at Mount Sinai and each perceived the Torah through one of the 49 conduits support this position, that sages' conclusions conform to sound logic and they are as valid and holy as the explicit words of Hashem. So meaning that the 49 conduits that comes from the Torah, meaning it's Rabbi Akiva will go to one student and say, you know what's best for you? What's best for you is this Avodas Hashem. You know how to understand this Torah? He taught it to him in a way that related to his neshama. He was a real Rebbe to each one. Now, the derech was, he was teaching different to each one. To another student, he said, no, you know what's your derech? Your derech is to go like that. This is how you can come close to Hashem. And then between each other, they will then argue, no, you know, this is the right way, this is what my Rebbe taught. And the other one said, no, you know what, even though they had the same Rebbe, but they will disagree with what the derech and lacked appreciation and kavod. And hod, they lacked hod. Really. To see the hod is appreciation for the glory, for the power of Torah. And the hod shebehod, that's when Rabbi Shimon Yochai died, which is stopped the plague. So we see also here the lack of appreciation of what Torah is. For kavod the Torah, the respect that the Torah is divine and the different approaches, is what I think killed all the 24,000 students. And it's a reflection of Yaakov's pursuit for unity and harmony, because Yaakov is Torah, Yaakov is Tiferes in Spheros. Tiferes is harmony. So Yaakov, which represents Torah, and Tiferes is harmony, meaning Torah connects to all the other spheros. It creates a harmony, but every sphere is different. It's Chesed, Gvura, Netzah, Hod is on the right and on the left, but the Torah is that unified whole that balances everything together. So if one wants to be a transmitter of Torah, one has to understand that concept, that the same halacha might not apply to the same people. Some people need a chumrah, some people need a kula. And if I don't do that, then there's not one size fits all in halacha. And one has to paskin based on the individual in most cases. So I think it gives us a better understanding of why they all died, and why it was such a harsh punishment, because it's all about unity and love, and that's what connects us to truth and Hashem and Torah.